Wacha nichukue kaka stand kangu kapapo. Yani mumeshinda kuspray hii stand quarter black. Na mna to confuse guys. Kale rada ilinunuliwa hivi na nani? Demia Jerry by then alibayai kama zawadi. Kabai akatuma na mumeacha tu na hiyo rangi. Hamuogopi Mungu? Karibuni sana ndio kudonjo Victoria Kajabu, Kate Mwende, Sablis Nduku, Okumu, Ray Baraza, karibu sana. Niitwe Buari, welcome. Diana Mogiti, karibu sana. Fei, welcome. Elias Mugambi, karibu sana. Luna Eve, welcome. JC Jacinta, karibu sana. Vincent Muia, karibu sana. Welcome. Refu TV, nimekucheki. ASD, welcome. Reggie Kironko, that's Flora Kironko. I love Reggie Favor, karibu sana. What's up? How you doing, Catherine? I can see you. Good evening. How you doing? Haylin Kemunto, karibu sana. Happy New Year, karibu sana. Luna Eve, watu wa Mombasani ni wacheki. Welcome. Okay. We have Eunice Karaoke tuning, karibu sana. Liz Munyao, Obi, hi. Wow, how you doing? Valerie Auma, hello, how you doing? Loreen Lampa, karibu sana. Welcome. How you doing? Rada Mpango, Masi Mwende, Rada. What's the plan, man? What's happening? What did I miss? James Wafula, sasa Wafula, uko zawa. Anthony Munene, bradako ako hapa from Jamaica. Bradako pia ako hapa Munene mwingine. Yes, Mr. Yo, karibu sana. Nini nimetaja jina chali ya mtu? Mbona ndo umekusa Wafula kidogo? Nimekusa Wafula. Nikupeleka Ingo, ukasikia home music. Yeah, karibu sana. Anthony Munene from Jamaica. Guys, I said uli mwaka wa kufosi. I didn't mean. Karibuni sana. Sheila Kwaboka, I'd also missed you, man. I'd missed you. Vihiga County, Crispin Kanaiza, karibu sana. Motagi Val, Dubai is inside. Amos Munya, welcome. Wameru ni wengi, bana imagine Wameru ni wengi sana huku. Toka tufinye ule mwesh. Wanatupengi homage. Obinna, sema Elias Mugambi tena tafadhali. Elias Mugambi. Yeah, ufurahi? Simutai pole. Wanatai baraka sana. Yeah, that's true. They're typing really fast. Ati Obinna unakaa kok baridi. You want to taste the feeling? Locked in Saudi Arabia, Anastasia Ngovo, karibu sana. Ramla Rajab, Saudi Arabia, of course. Jay Mumwangi, karibu sana. Peter Asa, Mombasa, tupo. Ray Barasa, nimekucheki tena, karibu sana. Watu wa Australia Valentine wako sawa. Aya, let us begin. We have a decent number. Run it. A very good evening to you. Welcome to Obinna Show Live. Thank you very much for streaming this live. We do not take that for granted. Asanteni sana. Happy New Year. We hope. Tukatukwa nini? You can't see me. Kwani mmeanza kutunyongea live? Wameshaogopa. Hata tujaanza. Huyo Father Christmas mmemweka hapo. Karibu nishangae kwani nimechange wenye nakana kama hivi. Sasa unaniona? Honest unaniona? Korino unaniona? Just checking if you guys can see me. Kevo unazeniona? But David anioni. Katrina, unaniona? A very good evening to you. Welcome to Obinna Show Live. Thank you very much for streaming this live. We don't take your presence for granted. We really appreciate having you around and buying your bundles to stream this. Asante sana. Alrighty, we hope that you had very interesting and happy holidays with your family or with yourself. You had time to realign and re-strategize. We are grateful for that. Asante, asante sana. That is why on this platform, Edutainment at its best, we're going to educate you, we're going to entertain you more and more this year. Better things are coming through, better guests are coming through. We are learning and improving every new day. If there's anybody you want us to host, tuambie kwenye comment. Obinna, leteni umse, tamtafuta, tamleta hapa na kitawaka moto, kitaeleweka. Inspirational conversations, motivational conversations. However, occasionally we do bring intriguing conversation. Like this one about to have is a concussion. You're gonna get motivated, you're gonna get inspired, and you're also gonna get intrigued. Kwa zile za, ai, kwani wanatuona manini zao? Yeah, because I'm hosting a concussion. Hawa kidogo ni majenzi. Nyini majenzi ama nyini wajenzi? We have Brian Ogola.
Yes, sir.
Karibu sana. We have Sophie Njehia. Karibu sana. And of course, Shakira Wafula.
Yes.
What a combination.
Wafula and the celebrity.
Yeah. Karibuni, man.
Thank
welcome to Obinna Show Live.
Thank you.
So, spokesman, when you ni nani?
Kuna spokesman.
But I don't know, but of course you know.
You just had to.
Yeah, but excuse me, what do you mean? Like, you don't see me?
Yeah.
And there's only one Ogola here.
Yeah.
Karibuni sana. It's a pleasure to host you guys.
Thank you.
I kind of thought this was not going to happen today.
Okay.
Because, so we are back today officially.
Yes.
From the holidays. We took, I think, a 2-week break. Watu waende watembele family zao pia waseme Obinna ametuweka tu kazi hapa tuna holiday. Unaweza alikuwa ameanza kunununa. Guys, it's fine. Then muone watu wenyu. So we came back today, and when we had spoken to the guests to come through, then I saw posters yesterday that today was going to be a huge maandamano.
Okay.
So I was like, hey. So I called Leslie. I was like, hey, my G, what's up? So we postponed tomorrow's. Akaniambia, no, tunaendelea tunayo. But also, let's see how we can get Akina Sophia and Akina Brian to come through. So we have a conversation also on that side. So tuanze kuandamana online na pia tuandamane. Actually, this conversation was to be had today 11 a.m.
All right.
Because nilijua mkienda mutashikwa.
Tangu tuachilie.
Yeah. Nilijua mutashikwa, will not manage. So mimi nilikuwa nataka tumalize mapema. Hata mkilala ndani. Tuseme, we were with them today. But surprise, so mjashikwa? Mumeenda maandamano leo?
Yeah.
Lazima, we must check in.
Yeah.
Mulikuwa wapi?
In CBD, Nation Center.
Hapo Nation Center for a while.
Yeah.
Tukisaidia mama kuimba. There was women up hivyo.
Wewe ulikuwa kuna hizo hii zako?
Hapana.
Ulikuwa kwa Kimorio.
Regali aingi.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. So that was the plan today, just how?
Yeah.
Yeah, today was town, but though it was supposed to be all over the country.
Okay.
But for us in Nairobi, that was the plan, around Nation Center area.
Tiagas leo imetembea?
No, not really. You know, the reason I think perhaps we should start with why we were protesting in the first place.
Tunaenda huko.
Yes.
Tunaenda huko. Subiri. Tunaenda. Find out leo siku yenu imekuaje. Hata nyinyi watu mko too serious. Sinataka tu kujua siku imekuaje, mmekula tear gas, sikuwa nayo.
Hatujakula tear gas.
Na mtu ameabductiwa leo.
Hakuna mtu not that we know while we are seated here.
Nani ameshikwa?
Julius Kamau.
But amewachiliwa.
Yes.
Oh, so leo at least machenzi wamerudi home safe.
We hope so.
As far as we know.
Yes.
Okay. So Nairobi peke yake.
Mombasa before we came, there's still watatu bado walikuwa ndani. I don't know kama they're more, but they've been arrested, not abducted, arrested. Yes.
Okay. Waliandamana leo pia?
Yes.
Okay. Nakuru?
Kujakuwa na maandamano hapana.
Kisumu?
Hapana.
Kisumu, they've been relaxed sana for a while.
Okay. Kakamega, Kitale?
Not yet.
Not that we know of.
Eldoret? Wasingishu? Hakuna. Mayakos? Garissa? So maandamano ya leo ilikuwa tu Nairobi na Mombasa.
Na Mombasa.
Majorly.
But it was not that huge, but it was intended to be huge.
Yes.
Why do you think that is? Why do you think that it wasn't? Because another one that happened during December, and I saw it and I was like, by now there are not a lot of people in Nairobi. So I was like, this one was a bit more understandable. I was like, this one kidogo, timing. This one, why? What do you think happened?
Can we say?
So,
speculate. Maybe you have an idea.
Okay,
maybe.
Look on a holiday, then I think a lot of people wanataka kuja, but kuna ile a bit of a wait and see kidogo how things are fall, because they've been met with a lot of brutality. And that was not necessary, but they want to come. We do talk to them, they exchange notes where we are. Alafu napata wengine wanakuja different times, kama tuko Aga Khan walk, wengine wanaanza the other side. So maybe a bit of coordination pay ina hamper that bigger audience, yeah.
Okay.
But also, what they did this morning, having released those who had been away for a while,
Alipoesha hasira.
you get?
But yeah, that was strategic for
That
them.
was
Tactic.
That was
extremely
very
tactical, and it worked. Because I was in town from around 11, and yes, you could see people, najua comrades, nikikuangalia naweza jua, you mean business, I mean business, we are here for business.
Okay.
But that thing for them releasing the 3 made everyone like, okay, we don't have to do this, we can give them some time, we see if the other 3 were removed. But there's a section of young people who are like, we cannot keep quiet if we don't know where the other 3 are. So we are doing this, and that's why we went to Nation Center now.
Yeah. I posted today morning the Nini for Stop Abductions. I posted it on my TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook.
Yes.
The first 10 comments, wamewachiliwa.
Yeah.
It made us like, see what? Like, then I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
So somehow guys were like, so what your advice finally wakaamua.
For instance, is Steve out yet?
Yeah.
Is he out?
Not
Is
yet.
there anyone who knows his whereabouts? No. So the war is far from over.
But that strategic move deflated us, Nini kidogo, because we already had momentum. The way we're communicating with people, our teams, they were coming. So people are getting different messages. Na machiliwa sahi. After 1 hour, 2 hours, unasikia mwingine tena notice imekuja machiliwa. Yeah. So it was like tuko na steam mbaya.
Wamewachilia is fine guys. It's okay.
So ili to deflate kidogo, tu.
Yeah.
So bado inaendelea ama
Yani there are a lot of kuna vitu maandamano itaendelea tu bado.
Mambo ni mingi, basa ndio chache.
Masa ndio small.
Yeah.
Okay. Haya, now we want to get into the whole shebang. Baba County kuja karibishe wageni, wapatie vinywaji kwa sababu mambo tunataka kusema hapa kidogo yanaitwa Baba County.
Naona kuna 3 men. I see 3 men and ili 3 and
2.5.
Oh, naona Briola kwa
2 ladies and a gentleman.
Hi.
La 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 la. Oh my God.
I did not anticipate that.
I was thinking like anaingiaje within character immediately.
Shakira.
Yes, I know it.
So unajua?
Mimi rada the mini.
Hiyo ni Shakira ule wa Spain. Ule bwana akaitwa Gerard Pique. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Yes.
Baba County.
Mlivaa gunia?
Mimi sikuvaa gunia. Hapana.
Nyamjava?
Hapana.
Sasa wengine walikuwa wamevaa gunia huko town.
Yeah.
Mkadhani nyinyi.
Hapana.
Mkaanza kusema wole. Karibuni sana.
Thank you.
Bravo si tense.
Sija tense.
Sisi hapa tunakuanga strong row juu. Sisi ni sisi hatushtuki. Karibuni sana, si ndio?
Yes.
So tuko na drink.
All right.
My yanks kwanza inaitwa lich. Sema lich. Bravo utakula gani? Kuna Cola Zero.
The other one?
Unapenda sukari? Hii ni kwanza hii vanilla ina slap. Sasa ukichukua hiyo Shakira utachukua gani? Shakira
the lich.
Hii kwanza ni tamu, ikiwa baridi. Ina slap.
Na wenye hapa tuko kwa baridi
No,
already.
hiyo sasa ndio tamu. Unajua tuko maandamano, so tuko kwa baridi. Sophie,
Yes.
unataka gani? Cola? Hii ni magic.
Chagulie.
Nikuchagulie?
Sophie.
Acha tuone.
But then, Shakira, why mbona unaitwa Wafula?
Wafula ni baba yangu. Yes.
So wewe ni wetu?
Yes.
Wapi? Western?
Western Kimilili.
Kimilili. Ni nyinyi. Hiyo soko yenyewe na kwangi imejaa. Wewe najua mahali unatoka.
Hebu guess.
Siaya.
Kuna mtu alikupatia script?
No, najua tu Siaya ndo.
They have a look.
They have a look.
Wanakaa violent. Nerusi. Sorry.
We shall not accept.
Hiyo. Unajua ungekuwa Homa Bay, sasa mngekuwa mnaongelea mambo na Ogina Koko. Nyinyi na Tumisifa mnabishanangia huko. Hiyo ndio kitu mnaweza fanya sana. Sophie,
Nimetoka huko kwa watu wenye wako ngoja matope ikauke.
But I love this. You see, it's not one tribe. Yani meungana. Hii ndio muungano.
Yeah.
So matope kukauka.
Haikukauka.
No, but yeye alingoja
Yake imekauka.
Tuliketi.
Yeye alikuwa patient.
Saa 7
Karibu.
Mungu akubariki. Na wapenda sana. Mshikilie kijana. Unajua sasa pia roho yake. Iko tu abduct. Mshikilieni sana. Please enjoy Shakira. Wala.
Wewe anaitwa Baba County. We give back to the community.
Lazima mngemsaidia.
Unajua we are all inclusive. Naona hata alishapasua free.
Sasa nilikuwa nataka kuuliza alifanyia nini free?
Nani anafungua na free hapo? Sasa hiki kinapasuka aje? Hali text tu ingia WhatsApp.
Na
Makosa imefanyika. I'm like, it's fine. So we buy medication and another free. I'm like, okay. Iko ni style. Rustic feel. Unfinished.
Wow.
So this is what Gen Z is like.
Yeah.
Kwanza nyinyi ma Gen Z?
Technically.
Yeah.
Gen Z.
Ogola.
Let's define Gen Z, yeah?
Okay.
Gen Z ni the aspiration movement. Of course, ukienda by age, si ni Gen Z na millennial.
Okay. Okay.
But Gen Z haiko limited specifically to a certain age set. Ni ele watoko with that progressive mind within this movement under the same cause and goal. So tunawakaribisha Gen Z. But the common wanakuwa watu wanajua sana ndio baby age some certain age set.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Now, there's something that I want us to jump into before now tuanze turudi nyuma tuanzie wapi. Guys have been abducted. But the police has been saying nobody's being abducted. Sometimes they call it an arrest. What is the difference between abduction and arrest? And detention?
Okay.
Sindio?
Yeah, so let me go first.
Okay.
Abduction is where you are forcefully taken from whatever location you are. Then you are taken to a non-police station. Okay. And you're held there incommunicado and not presented at least under 24 hours to the courts for your processing and everything. So that basically is abduction. Arrest is the non-legal process where an officer comes to you. Mostly in Kenya we don't read the rights, but at least a uniformed officer will come. You are taken and you are being processed to a police station. And after 24 hours or within 24 hours, you'll be taken to court for processing. So that one is a legal arrest. So I'll define at least two: abduction and an arrest.
Detention?
So detention, I think detention is still under legal, where you are arrested and you're detained and not arraigned in court.
Okay.
So that one will form at least, there'll be at least, you'll not be taken to court within 24 hours, but then you'll be detained.
Okay.
So that's still not legal.
Okay.
So that's at least the difference within the two.
Sophie, what do you think?
I won't win.
Yeah?
Ni wae upande wa watu intelligent. Me, I think nitaiongelelea as a layman.
Okay.
I think abduction. I don't know why you've taken me. I don't know why you're taking me. I don't know what my mistake is.
Okay.
An arrest. There's a warrant of arrest, number one. There's something wrong you have done. You are asked to present yourself. If you cannot present yourself, they come and get you. Detention. People know where you are. You have been detained there. As Obinna, you have been detained. Abduction, no one knows where you are. We're guessing. We don't know whether you're alive. We don't know if we can. Today we went to see Julius. He's been arrested. We asked him, are you okay? Have they beaten you? Yes or no? Do you want something to eat? Staki chipo nileteni maziwa na keki. Full stop. That's an arrest. It's lawful. Abduction, we don't know where Billy has been for the past 15 days. We don't know where Steve is at the moment. You get the difference. Yeah.
Okay. Wafula?
I agree. I don't think I have anything to add. Yes.
Okay. Higher. So for the past few months, we've been seeing unrest from the people against the government. It started as an online thing, and then somehow it ended up on ground, and we saw nearly everybody who mattered. Because for me, the ones who didn't come, who mattered came through, and we spoke in one voice. We were like, we are rejecting the finance bill. That is where now it started. And a lot of people were called online, and a couple of celebrities came, and and influential people, and even the ones who didn't come came to support. Kuna kama wanamwaga maji hapo, wanapatia watu maji nini whatever, na wanaenda watu wanunua Colgate, sijui paka Colgate wapi hizo mavitu zote. And a lot of young people, for the first time, we had a lot of young people who came together on the street and said enough is enough. Then it turned into Ruto must go. Okay? And it turned into Occupy. Then Salamu. So guys started trying to occupy the parliament. A couple of us were killed and were murdered. And a couple of people were abducted. A couple of people also shot in the like Akina Rex. Were also shot. We had some rogue police officers who were happening and everything. And all this happened. And it's just been building into something. And then tukapoa kidogo. Then waka dismantle cabinet. Then finance bill wakasema wameipose. Tuka relax. Then wakafanya hii ni pesa, hii si pesa, hii ni CS, si CS, ja. Tuko like, wait a minute. What? Viva. Back. Tukarudi. Yes. Kidogo sijui nini kafanyika kidogo, but now the power was not as before. Then before, the Gen Z movement was faceless, leaderless, Then a few individuals started speaking more than others. And they're like, okay, maybe they're more informed, maybe they're more exposed and everything. And they started speaking, and when they were speaking, a lot of people thought they were the face of the movement. Yes. And a few people also came and said they're the face of the movement. And a few people, coalitions came together. For example, now the Inject Party of Morara, we had Caswell, we had a couple of people came together. And now the force was not as huge as it was before. But ikaendelea. Then somehow it died, ikanyamaza kidogo. There was a slow death kidogo. And then tena, abductions ikaanza tena. Why is this happening? Now instead of the guys going on ground, the guys are going online. While they're going online, a couple of things will happen that we're going to unpack. Then they went online, and a couple of people who allegedly posted a few things online and then started going missing, Then the young people are like, wait, hold on, what's happening? Then now we're back to the streets again. So right now, it's not even reject finance bill. Right now, it is abductions must stop and Ruto must go.
Ruto must go, yes.
Okay. So here's my question. One, you guys have your ears on the ground.
Yes.
You're talking to the young guys when they rally, they panga all these things. You know what they are saying, you know what they are feeling. What is the problem? Let's start with Shakira. Because, just to throw this in there, everybody is working on what is happening. Even the government. All the way from the presidency, all the way down to the police, to everybody. They're like, what is happening? Majenzi wameenda wapi? Wamefanya nini? And they're reacting. But nobody's sitting down and saying, why is this happening?
Yes.
Even from the office of the president to all the way to the NIS to Nobody's sitting down and say, guys, wait a minute. Why are they going on the street? Why are they posting this? Why are they saying this? Nobody's saying why. We're just like, what, where, who, nani, tushike, ni nani, amesema, amefanya, but kwa nini? So now I'm asking you guys, why? Why are we this way? Like the young guys, why are we now talking and reacting this way? Why are we on the streets? Why are we making these memes? Why? Shakira, sorry?
Like you mentioned, it's for a lot of people, it feels like it started during the Gen Z protest against the finance bill.
Yeah.
But for me, I would like us to go back to the moment when Masita Rus stood up in a town hall, a young Kalenjin girl standing in front of Kalenjin elders and speaking up and questioning, where is our money? Mulifanyia nini pesa zetu? That moment for me was very impactful. And I believe it was very impactful for a lot of other young girls, a lot of other young women.
Yeah.
It made us realize there's actually nothing physically stopping us from speaking up. And with the new constitution especially, we are allowed to question. When something goes wrong, we are allowed to question why. Why is it happening? And what can be done so that we are like there's a just manner in how things are handled. For me, it started at that moment. Since the moment with Masita Rus, now a lot of young people started paying attention. By the way, how comes this girl was able to speak up? And what is it that is happening that we can also speak up about? What is it that we are not paying so much attention to that we should be paying attention to? And then the Finance Bill 2023 happened, and unfortunately we only had a small number of young people rallying against it, and it was passed. Not much conversation happened around that. And then the issue of the femicide march happened. If you remember earlier in the year, it was in February, there was a march organized to encourage the government and to encourage the society at large to end femicide, to make sure that women are not being killed just because they're women. And it was mostly, the mobilization that happened then was mostly done online. The communication was mostly done online, and over 10,000 people attended that march. And now people could see the impact of what they are capable of doing. And there was now this reawakening of there's actually power that we are sitting on. There's actually there's some strength that we hold that you're not utilizing properly. So as people continue becoming woke, the finance bill issue happened, and we remember how we organized for 2023, and we remember how Masita Rus spoke up, and we remember how we organized against the femicide issue. And it was like, yo, you guys, we can't continue like this. Yeah. And what the error that happened was the fact that the political class underestimated what the young people were capable of, and they came retaliating with abuse. I remember something that I've never forgotten is us being called digital wankers. I personally was not supposed to be out on the streets the first protest against the finance bill, but the term digital wanker came out, and I was like, I will show you who is a digital wanker. And I feel like a lot of people were like that, and it was very organic. And we saw at some point the political class was trying to pinpoint, this is their leader, this is the one who is funding them, blah, blah, blah. But it was very organic. A lot of people were awakened by what they experience within themselves and around their community. And it just so happened when they walked out and stepped on the streets, they met other young people who were experiencing the same. And there was that feeling of a community. Like, I've never felt so patriotic like I felt on the streets in June on June 18th, 20th, and 25th. I feel no 21st and 25th. We had a lot of young people. We are communing and we are exchanging ideas, discussing, getting to know each other, and that chanting and marching together. It was just something else. So it was the awakening that has been happening progressively, and now us realizing that we have a voice, and now actually putting our voice to proper use. Now the political class responded with such brutality and such vileness and such anger that the young people realized actually this is a problem that is not a one-day thing, it's not a finance bill 2024 thing, and we should actually dig deeper into it. And for me, something I'm so happy that is happening, and I hope it will continue happening, is eternal vigilance. Even if you kill us, even if you abduct us, even if whatever it is that you do against us, we are still going to be at your neck. We know what you're supposed to be doing, and we are going to insist that you do the right thing. So the vigilance that was born out of that time is something that I hope we'll continue holding on to until we're able to effect change.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why?
Okay, I want to answer the why.
Yeah.
I want to go way back, even before the demonstration began. So I want to go to when Ruto was elected. The Ruto was elected by youngly energized base. They really amplify his vision and they brought him into power. And now, the moment Ruto took over power, he went mum. Young people were pushed aside. He went to the old guys and they formed government. And young people felt that they were betrayed. They were supposed to be part of the table. But then the anger was not yet built enough. Now, economics also pressed them. The young people are usually pressed the most when the economy is bad, especially the one who are still on in campus, the freshers and everyone. So finance bill happened. Young people felt, it's like a crocodile in the river. It tasted blood. And now they felt that, kumbe, we can do this, we can organize, our voice can be heard, we can unite under a specific goal. So from there was no going back. I think the government of the day misdiagnosed. They thought that this was like a one-off thing. We'll go back and things will die down. I think they were very wrong. So we kept pushing. There was sign that there was anger building, but then they ignored it until we went on the street. We went to parliament, and whatever happens happened. Now they were left bare until they decided that the only way they can quell us is through shooting some of us on the street and using brutal force to suppress us. But so we changed the landscape. We say that we are not going on the ground every day. We are going to take the fight online. We are going to use memes. You are going to use cartoons. We are going to use metaphor. You are going to use satire. But you will be on your neck. You will be on every page you comment. You will be any project. You will be anywhere you go. So the government. So that's how progressively we mobilize until we became a community. So my advice to this government is that we are not going away. You cannot wish us away. We are here. We'll continue pushing you, and God willing, we are going to push you out and form the next government, because we feel that we can no longer trust you to heed our call to do what government are supposed to do or are elected to be doing. So this conversation is ongoing. It will not stop here, because give it to Ruto, he'll still make mistake. He keeps doing blunder after blunder some of us are sitting down, you're wondering, like, when will the next blunder happen? So you'll ask yourself, why is the need for government to kidnap young citizens? What pushes it so hard, so that the only way they feel like maybe abduct one or two people to do what? Because we went on the street and we are still going on the street. People were shot live in front of us, but we are still here on the street. So we'll stay here. We'll be on the street. We'll be on land. We'll be on air. We'll be on sea. We'll be on their case until they do something about it.
Sophie, why?
Why? Number one, we are the most educated generation in Kenya that Kenya has had since time immemorial. We're the most exposed. As the most educated, we are aware of the power and the right that the Constitution offers us. What does the preamble say?
We
The people shall. Sovereign power belongs to the people. So for me, why, my number one why, is I am the people. Sovereign power belongs to me. I am a Kenyan. I am a people of Kenya. I'm not a person. I am a people. What the Constitution says. Number two, when we were in school, we were told education is the key. Personally, I went to a high school where there was no option. Mrs. Baraza, you are either reading or you are reading. My friend, even if when idanda, utapita. Juu hakuna option. Education is the key to success. You are promised, get straight A's, you'll get the job of your dreams. By 27, I'll be a pilot. I'll be flying the world. Right now, I'm in a big house with my husband, 2 kids in my head, yeah? At that time. Background. It's hot.
These are different.
Kitu ulisoma.
Yeah.
Tulisomea kwanza.
Inakuangalia hivi.
Au kwa hapo kwa like, what is that? Kona masters, kona degree weni donda. Why? Itakutoa nje. These guys hawajaenda shule, lakini they're driving V8. They're enjoying life. And you with your education, with your degree, with your masters, you're having not even bare minimum. You're having, I'm trying not to use a bad word.
Don't use that one.
So, that is the way. And like Shakira has said, we went to the ground, we were like, hiya, even you're feeling like that. Yeah. Imagine even me, I'm feeling like that. Even you're feeling like that. Even me, I'm we can do this. Kesho, sawa, 21st. 25th, tunaingia, sawa, tunadojo, tunapatana tena. So, it's an ongoing conversation.
Okay.
Things, you're not too, it's like you have a wound, but you're not treating the cause of the wound. You keep covering the wound and expecting the wound to heal, but you're supposed to leave the wound open for it to dry up, establish what is the cause of this wound, and deal with it. So the continuous ignorance and lack of reading the room by the political class will keep us going to the streets. Because it was the finance bill. Now you're abducting us for using what the Constitution has provided to us. Freedom of expression. We're allowed to express ourselves. The Constitution has granted me that right. You're curtailing that right, I'll be back on the streets. And the actual nightmare, I wish there was a place you could let me look at and I talk to the president and he can see this.
That camera right there.
The nightmare is, like I said, you're not going to wish us away.
No, you're not good.
There's some of us, personally, death is a blessing. Umeniondoa kwa mahesabu ya ndaomoka lini, ndajenga nyumba lini, waipeleka mtoi wangu Braban lini, umeniondoa kwa hiyo math, sijajiua, so umenitengeneza ka pathway to heaven. I can nego with God like, undu aliniua, mimi nilikuwa tu sawa God, I can go to heaven. You get? So we're not afraid and we'll keep at it. You bring the bullets, it's okay, you've done us a favor. But one day, if Martha Karua can stand and say what her and the likes of Wangari Maathai went through at that time, for us to enjoy the freedoms that we are going through today, it's the more motivation for us that our kids will experience more freedom from our lack of fear. You get? Yeah.
What are our demands as the young people of this generation? When you have your ears on the ground, what do they want? What do the young people want?
We young people, we want to, we didn't choose to be born in Kenya, but we are here. This is where we were born.
True.
We need to be able to live in this country and get one quality education.
Okay.
We need to get proper healthcare. We need to grow up in a system that allows us to thrive without feeling the need to, I can't do it in Kenya, I have to go somewhere else in order to excel. Basic, actually, what young people are asking for is basic human dignity.
The bare minimum.
Yeah.
Basic human dignity, which the government is denying us. If as a person you're not able to get proper education, at the same time, your parents are not able to put food on the table. If anybody in your family gets sick, you have to go out to do harambe so that you can at least afford to get some service, some healthcare provision from the private sector. The public sector doesn't work. Yet we have people who have put their time and their energy and their sacrifice, and they're qualified doctors, but they are interns. They are not being admitted into any hospitals. And those who are being taken to the hospitals are under-equipped. They are not well supplied. Like if you have a building and you put a doctor there, there's so much the doctor can do in order to provide healthcare. And the fact that when it rains, it seems like the drainage system in Kenya ni evaporation. We have no drainage whatsoever.
It actually is.
In infrastructure.
It is.
Literally, because when the sun is not there, we are struggling. Swimming, there's a time we even have boats. Literally, you have boats for barabara. And it's like, what is this? The roads that are actually functional, well maintained, are to specific areas. So why these specific areas and not other regions? Are these other regions the people who are living, we are less important human beings or what? So it is basically, honestly, right now, a lot of young people, we are not demanding heaven. We are just demanding basic human dignity. And when you see the kind of impunity that takes place in the political class, you see individuals walking out, mtu tu akisimama hivi, 2 million on their body, while the people who helped put him in that position can barely afford food. There's no balance there. So right now, as it is, people are just asking for basic human dignity. Can I speak my mind and my thoughts without fear that, hey, nikitembea hivi kidogo, kuna mtu atakuwa ametumwa anibebe? Yeah? A lot of young people, even us coming here,
we've asked ourselves that.
We are like this. Even the fact that we are out here at night, we are asking, but then once we are done, mpango gani ndo tumeweka to make sure tutatoka kwa Obinna tufike nyumbani safe and sound. You see, those are the things that we are demanding. Basic human dignity, basic human existence. Yani uishi tu kama mtu mwenye, we ni binadamu and you deserve to be on this earth.
So what you're asking the government of the day is just to care. We are your children, and we're asking you to care. Hizi vitu tumeona zikifanyika for a very long time. We can no longer stomach, because this is what average young citizen of us is feeling. Unapata mtu ako shule bado anatafuta vya jilipie venye anaji bring up, he cannot afford the basics, the basic of basic healthcare and everything else. So we are tunataka tufike in a point where we are talking to government directly, hata kama ni through kwa finya ama through maandamano, all these, like, this country ni yenyu pia. At what point will we be where tunasema, like, when will things start working? Because majority of us cannot be crying day in day out. Some of us young men, wengine wanatafuta, like, in future ikiwezekana, when they are able to make ends meet, they find spouses, they form family, they don't have a chance, they don't have a starting chance. So when will, like, tunajulizanga tukienda kwa pahali unakana based on na watu, like, when will things get better? So tukienda kwa street, then tupatane si wote tuko na the same conversation, we have the same cry, inatu agitate. to fight to make things better. So what we are asking the government is very simple. We were asking you to care, to know that we can no longer go on venye tuko. We are now talking and we demand service, we demand something better. And we are the majority by the Malimefika, we are not begging. We'll use any way, any means necessary to make sure we are properly heard and things work in this country.
Our demands include, like my fellow comrades have said, priorities. Like, you can't be vaccinating cows na hakuna BCG.
Akiuzingatisha story ya ng'ombe. Kai.
Unajota si ng'ombe ati itatembea hapa mguu ivunjike, ni ng'ombe kushuta.
I saw the thing.
Hakuna BCG, like kuna shortage of BCG. Reason, procurement, slow, you get priorities. Number 2, we want the government to stop abducting us. We want the government to stop killing us. Today, I was with a fellow comrade who was shot 8 times during the 25th June protest. Kwa mgongo. Do you know what that means? He could have been paralyzed. Like, that could have been extremely life-changing. It's a miracle to see the guy walking. His name is Prince. He's walking. We want to... Have you seen those 2 memes? I'm a TikTok person, so... Tonight, I want to stop living like this. You know, today, during the protest, which really did not happen, but so we were just walking in town. Some other 2 guys walked really close to me and the other lady we were walking with. So I turned and I asked the guy, why do you find it necessary to walk that close to me? Ako like, mrembo, tuko tao. Like, ni tao tu, mi tu nilikuwa shughuli yangu. But you get, my heart raced. I felt a shadow. I felt like, wow, it's the moment. Wamenikujia. You know, we want to live in a nation where the constitution, the manual, is followed to the letter. You're not going to pick sections of the constitution that fit you. You're not going to manipulate this particular document to work in your favor. No. We want you to follow the constitution word for word. We want a nation where our children who are coming after us, who are in school. Let me ask you, Obinna, what can you tell someone who is in Form 4 right now? Like just random, sorry.
Stay strong. Huku nje ni kunoma. Usifikiri utamaliza upate wera. Stay strong. Hata wao nyoko kampo. Naambia tu bro, wewe maliza lakini.
But why should that be a normal thing?
Why should that be normal?
That's the question you ask.
You know, siku shule ulikuwa ulikuwa tunaletewa motivational speakers hapo anakuambia venye unafaa kusoma msi. Burn the midnight oil, sleep late, and we slept late. But now you can't motivate a young person. Unamwambia nini? Wewe mwenyewe kama young person with your degree, with your masters, you're out there. When ni donda, when ni shushaina, when unakata mboga mtaani, what are we supposed to tell the ones that are coming after us? Like, that's a genuine question.
Shika degree alafu tafuta ndudhi.
So what's the point? Si nikupe hiyo pesa umemaliza class 8, tafuta ndudhi after class 8, shika hiyo yenye ningekulipia high school nayo. Tafuta ndudhi, hustle, hata unisaidie mimi kama mamako tubae shamba, tulime, tuendeleze life. Una get? Why then am I paying for your school fees? Why am I taking the kids to school? Do you get the point?
Yeah.
So why the demand is make this country functional? Have you ever spoken to someone who's abroad? A friend of mine went to high school together. She's studying for her master's at Duke. She's been at Duke for 1 year and she's already driving in the States. She's not driving in UG. She's driving a car in United States of America. She's a Kenyan. She's a student. Mi niko na gari. Niko na hopes za kuwa na gari kesho. Niko?
Shubaru.
Exactly. So make it functional enough for us to enjoy our country. We love this country.
Is that too much to ask?
You wonder.
Wakusikiza na skize. Haya. Now I want us to talk solutions. We talk, do we see solutions? I want us to talk that one, but before tuingie kwa solutions, wadhamini wa hichi kipindi wanajulikana kama Mozart Bet. All right, these are the people that enable us to do this. So I want you to download the app. I want you to get it on Play Store, get it on App Store, and you get to try them. Have the best gaming odds in the country right about now. Kama timu yako inaenda kucheza, bora tu siwekelea Arsenal kichwa. Utakuwa safe. Okay, guys, sorry, but I am new. I knew you know what to do. Watu wa Chelsea, fanyeni mambo yenyu. All right, and while you're doing that one, I want you to get to try your hand on the it's called the Aviator, unangurumisha ndege wako na hiyo pia, and also the Casino Jackpot. You get to try your hand on that one, courtesy of Mozart Bet. I'm hosting a couple of Gen Zs and millennials in the house. We are talking maandamano, we are talking rights, we're talking freedom, we're talking abduction, we're talking the country. What is happening in the country? Why are the Gen Zs speaking? And when they are speaking, the guys are not listening. Yeah, they're reacting. So we're finding out why. Then now we are getting into solutions. Do we see solutions? Do we see any solutions coming through? Let's talk 2025.
Yes.
Tuseme 2027, wanaambia tafuta kura nini. Hiyo itafika, yes. But do we see solutions this year?
Yeah.
Shakira, do you see solutions?
Like I mentioned earlier, a plus that we have right now is eternal vigilance. And I really do hope we as young people, we as citizens of this country are going to keep up with that. If no change ever happens, at least let it be put on record that we witnessed the Constitution being abused and we spoke up about it and we tried to put voice that tegeleza katiba, okay? But there's so much you can achieve when we agonize. And we saw even a result of the finance bill. Like you said, yes, we were faceless. Yes, we were leaderless. But where did that lead us to? Another leader who was not part of the movement, who was not involved whatsoever in the Gen Z uprising against the finance bill, came forward and took over, and that's where we got the bread-based government. I'm saying bread because it was only money speaking. There was nothing broad about their coalition. It's all old people, and majority of them are men. Where are the young people? Where are the women of this country? Where are the PWDs? So there is that. While we agonize because this language of the street seems to be the only language that this government seems to be paying attention to, it is important for us to organize ourselves in such a manner that the few of us left who are not well aware of what is happening can get educated. We organize to educate so that eventually we can liberate ourselves. And it's with this in mind that me, together with other young leaders, we came up with an organization. We are calling it Kikao. Kikao, all of us Swahili speakers, we know it's sitting, people come together to discuss important matters. So Kikao is a political movement, and we want to onboard as many young people as possible, because come 2027 or whenever the next general election is going to happen, over 70% of the people who are going to be voting are going to be people 35 and under. So if it's majority of the people voting are 35 and under, and then the people who are on the ballot papers are 60 and above, how does that serve us? So we want to empower ourselves so that by the time we are going to these elections, the people on the ballot papers are a direct representation of the population. If 70% of the voting population is young people, let's have at least 70% of people in in the ballot. Yeah, we need to continue with the civic education. There's still, like you mentioned, there's still a lot of people who don't understand why do these young people keep shouting Ruto must go. We need to make sure uyo mama mboga, uyo hustler, the one who Ruto is taking advantage of, understands why Ruto is bad for them and why we need to consider an alternative group of leadership. Online people are talking about draining the swamp, but if you're draining, we are going to leave a vacancy in power. So if we are going to remove these people who for a long time are not serving us, then who is going to come up in their stead? We need to have young people realize that we are capable of actually taking leadership positions in this country and direct and manage the country towards a better direction. And you don't actually need money. This bad, ugly game in politics that is so money-oriented is because the current political class has made it that way. So we are trying to bring an overhaul in the system from the basics of how we think about politics, how we think about leadership, and how we think about the actionable items once somebody is in office, the processes of getting into office and what you do while you're in office. So the movement is called Kikao. It's a political movement for civic education, civic engagement, and to ensure that young leaders actually get into power. And in as we speak right now, we do not have an IEBC. We can't do, a lot of people are talking about elections, but we forget there can be no elections without IEBC. Yep. So while we continue to empower ourselves, while we continue to educate, we're also trying to push for the reconstitution of the IEBC. Because last year, Ruto came out in August and said within 90 days, we already know he's a liar, but we had hoped actually within 90 days, something would be happening. But a lot has been manipulated to ensure that IEBC is not in place. But we have seen if something is within the agenda, they can actually sit on it and work on it. Look at how Gachagua was impeached. The motion was introduced and within less than 21 days, Gachagua was impeached. So how comes when it comes to issues that actually matter to the country, they are not implementing this? So we continue with the civic engagement, we continue with the civic education, we build capacity for young people to take over leadership, and in the process, we continue agonizing and pushing for policies that are actually going to favor us. So right now, while we talk about stop abducting us, I would like to encourage young people, remember IEBC, because without an electoral board, we really are not going anywhere. And there's already talks of Ruto claiming that they're going to be in power for even 24 years. How? Yeah.
Also remember, as much as you want an electoral board, we really need an independent one.
Yes, an independent electoral board.
You might get what you want. Well, so if you look unachemuka sana, ni nini? Amechemuka hapo mpaka akajishika mdomo. Hebu sema ikutoke.
Sema ikutoke, acha ongea.
Ikutoke. Kuna kitu umeongea hapo, Sophie akageuka mpaka akaniangalia. Akajishika. Sema mami, what's happening?
Tukiongea solutions.
Yes.
Tunaongea in phases. Short term, mid-term, long term. Yeah.
Okay.
Short-term solutions, we will not forget. Short-term to the long-term solution, number one, is our memory should not be kadogo.
The goldfish.
25th June should forever remain in our minds. They were willing, we were peaceful, we were unarmed, we just had flags, our phones, and a bottle of water, and a mask. We were tear gassed. We were water cannoned. I don't know if you remember that dude. Water cannon. I always remember him because, and he stood up. Immediately, the water got him to the last point, he stood up and he went again at them and he was like, you can do whatever you want to do, but I'm not leaving this place. So number one is not forget. Number two, hapo kwa IEBC ndio nilikuwa like yeah, hapo.
Okay.
Because the constitution says that if the IEBC is not in place 2 years to the elections, IEBC needs to do boundaries. IEBC
Which the deadline has actually passed. The deadline was last year, March, for delineation of boundaries.
The elections.
A lot.
Yep.
He said technology for running the elections.
Yeah.
So if we're working with August 2027, the timeline has passed, but let's assume, because this government does what it wants, let's assume it's August 2025. So we have between now and August 25 until the 2 years elapse. So because they know how to manipulate the constitution to work in their favor, if August 2025, we're talking about 2025, solutions need 2025. If by August 2025 we don't have an IEBC, according to the constitution, we are short of the 2 years that we need to hold a general election in August 2027. Mind game, what will they do?
Oi.
Let's push this thing a year further. So we have 2 years. Who's going to be president? 1 more year? Exactly.
Oh, wow. I didn't see it like that.
People don't realize.
Right now I'm seeing it, man.
Ruto is actively planning to stay in power.
He's actively 2 steps ahead.
He's actively planning to stay in power.
He's actively 2 steps ahead. And that's why you can hear the sycophants who are around him stand up. You know, what's his name? Kamket.
Kamket.
Yeah.
MP Obari.
You know, he said it with so much arrogance. He was like, unajua unaweza kaa hapa hata 24 years. Kwani watafanya? Kwani iko nini? I was just joking with them. I was telling them, if at all we even give him what the constitution, what Sudi is saying, 10 years. That's 8 years from now. How old are you going to be 8 years from now, Obinna?
Very old.
Exactly. Ni serious. serious.
Yo.
So imagine, it's been 2 years, you're not seeing any development. Barabara ukunje ziko na ma potholes like crazy. Every drainage system is not working. There's so much litter everywhere. You go to the hospital, there are no doctors, there are no drugs. You come out here to schools. Form 1s, there are some schools that are going to stay without Form 1s for 2 years to kingoja grade 9. Yet when you wanafaa kuwa grade 9, hawana classes. So kuna class ya Form 1 itaka empty for 2 years, lakini huyu mwenye anafaa kuwa grade 9, hakuna class. Una get? So if you actually give this guy another 8 years, what's going to become of you and me? What's going to become of our children? So solutions are, we need an IEBC in place ASAP. And we're not begging. We're giving you an ultimatum. Like in my head, this is how it's going to work. End abduction. First, stop killing us and stop abducting us. That's the more pertinent issue at the moment. After that, we are still on the streets asking you to reconstitute IEBC. After that, we are on the streets on top of cars like you telling Kenyans, register as a voter. Obinna uko na ID yako nyuma ya simu.
Yeah.
Simu yako ikijua. No, but just think about it like this. That's your weapon. That's your greatest weapon. But yeah, okay.
Yeah.
It's you, but we're talking.
No, but haikuangi hapo.
I have my ID behind my phone. It's gone.
Yeah.
I have to pay 1,000 shillings to get my ID back, which can take come a passport 2 years.
And how many Kenyans have that 1,000 shillings?
Have that 1,000 shillings?
Not chakula motor renew ID.
Exactly. So like we're planning to keep. Unajua nikifanya hivi so much utaget irritated. So I'm planning to keep poking you until, if at all, you will make it to 2027. We're planning to be on your neck so bad that you just have to do the right thing. She's called it eternal vigilance. We are here to stay. And if you do not do that, we're willing to show the entire world what you're doing to us. You're abducting us, you're killing us. South Africans have already started asking, kama baba hawezi solve shida za Kenya, sembuse Afrika?
It's going for the
It's already, it's going, it's working.
Toka kuharibia baba kiti ya AU.
Hatutaki kumwharibia.
Tunataka mwenyewe.
AU already imeharibika by the
truthful boys
abduction imefanyika ya Kizza Besigye. Do you think how much is Kenya being viewed to the other countries?
We?
That's really bad. So I want to present my solution are a bit unorthodox.
But well, here goes
Please,
nothing.
we need to go back home.
Mtanivumilia tu.
Please, we need to go back home.
I don't have faith in this government. I don't have faith in this government. I don't believe they have any solution. And I want to say without fear or favor that we are wishing, if possible, they could resign today.
Yeah.
We restart Kenya properly with people who love their country, people who can govern, people who have integrity, people who believe in their country. That is direct solution. I don't believe the Ruto will turn today to be an angel of the government. Will turn today to be an angel and love Kenya more and start working right by the people. I don't believe he will have that change of heart. Ruto's heart is like stone side. So I believe we will be on Ruto's neck. We will be on the street. But the easiest win for this is number 2. An angel will visit Ruto leo, aongea naye, he soften his heart. You need to see that we don't want him there because we don't believe in him. Na si chukia ati yenye tunamchukia because he is the person aitwa Ruto, because he can no longer govern. He cannot hear our plea, he cannot do even the basic of service to us. So we are not hata ile goodwill. The only goodwill we had with Ruto was tukikuwa on the street, tulikuwa nataka atoe finance bill, which eventually it at a very high cost that was not really necessary.
And it's coming back in smaller
it's coming back in smaller bits. Now, and imagine that's a political process. That's a right protected in the Constitution to demonstrate when the policies are not right. We demonstrate, we picket, we present petition to Parliament, we lobby for them to change the law so that these are very lawful process. These are fair process even in politics to engage with the other side. But now this government crossed the red ribbon, where they are killing us. That one we cannot negotiate with you. We don't even hope that you utafanya vitu zikuwe mzuri. We just, if possible, Mungu visit your heart, like you have a soften of us, then you feel like you leave Kenya intact. It's not a must we reach a place where we are antagonizing each other, where we have to go on the street, confrontation. We are losing many unnecessary lives. After all, this is our country. We have no any other country to go to. So if this is your country, you love this country, you have children, you have mothers, you have fathers, you have grandfathers, all your lineage and ancestors in this country. So it's just a matter of governance. We are disagreeing in a matter of governance. You cannot govern us because you're not capable, you're not qualified. You don't understand the people do not need you. So what's the next common sense thing to do? We cannot sit here and wish Ruto will change, we'll try, talk to him in this way, we'll lobby this way, the government will wake up tomorrow and do something better. We've seen. Because whatever many people will wish, or we've seen, we've lobbied, we've sent petition to Parliament, tumesalimia wabunge, wengine hadi wakazima simu, wengine wakapromise to change. We've done everything within the confines of law, at least diplomatically possible that we've done, that we can think of. Malimefika, I think, where we're heading to looks so much confrontational. And I plead to every leader in this country, you don't need to get there. Just accept within where, if you can watch this video, nataka mu understand that there's nothing else you're going to do. We are not even hoping that leo utamka vizuri, you see this video and you have a change of heart. So this is a direct message to you. As me personally, I feel that this government cannot govern. everything is shutting down. The people who elected you do not trust you even to lift this bottle from this place to this place. So why should they trust you the rest of the year to do anything else? So vacate that place. Let's go into a political competition. If as we feel we can govern better, we as young people we feel that whatever you're doing is not you're not doing everything right. So we come at a fair place. Democracy demand that we reach at the ballot. A majority wins. We believe you're the majority. We believe majority of Kenyans do not trust you. And if there is a fair opportunity to a fair process where election is held, I believe the government will fall and go home. So, in my personal opinion, I don't believe this government will do anything right within this year. That's my take.
Okay. So, okay. Yeah.
While we're still at the solutions, let's think about the economy and business people and companies, big or small. Let's try and reduce the tax burden. Did you see 116 and more companies are leaving Kenya? How many jobs are those that are going to be lost? It's just the math is not mathing on their end. It's not their fault. So is there a way this government can reduce the tax burden?
They can't. They don't have
on the common businessman.
They don't have that.
Because if a big company can shut down, what about a startup? What about you who has a dream of starting a company? Can it make the business environment friendly for us to start businesses and employ each other? For us to start businesses that you can go and talk to NGOs and you get a grant? Can things be done to just make the system, especially in the business community, to work? Because more and more people in 2025 are going to be unemployed. That's the rate of unemployment going high. That's insecurity going high. It has a ripple effect.
Hopelessness.
Yeah. And speaking of that, the solution they're currently offering, right now we see Alfred Mutua may turn into an agency of sending people abroad. He's advertising jobs. That is modern day slavery first, because the conditions these people are going to work to and the amount of money that they're being paid, it doesn't balance. But why does the government feel the need to send people outside? Okay. And look at the people who are being sent outside. These are young people. We are saying the next election, majority of the voters should be young people. But right now, up to 10,000 people are being shipped out monthly. By the time in Africa, the next general election, how many young people will be left to actually vote? So, this government has said, shauri yenyu, we don't care about you. We are tunajipanga venye tutaka hapa. And Kenyans, imagine ni sisi, tumebaki peke yetu. So if we do not organize ourselves, if we do not actually get angry enough and realize until we collectively come together and work against this government, Kenya tumeelekea pabaya. And it is such a pathetic state. It's like, where I honestly hope that the effort that we are putting to continue educating people to realize, to open their eyes and realize how much power we hold as a people. Sophie has said, and it's there, the Constitution, all sovereign power belongs to the people. Oh, yeah. And who are the people? We are the people. Yes. Wakenya, we have to put that deeply into our minds and come together and literally rescue this country.
Obinna wanted to add something. Sorry, you finished?
Yeah.
I wanted to tell the other side, because we are now the official opposition now, that we are in a legitimate political process. We are not anarchist. We are not anarchist. Si ati tumekosa heshima.
Treasonous criminal.
You are not children.
Pepo chafu.
You are not children.
Hey.
You need to treat us with the respect we deserve.
You are criminals.
You are not criminals. We are in a legitimate political discussion.
Yeah.
We are in a legitimate political process. So do not hide behind police when you want to engage us. Do not hide. Do not use excessive force. So us, we believe that we are better. We have better solution than the current administration, and we believe that given a chance, the young citizen of this country and the progressive will do a better job than the people currently in power. So there's no need to kuja in a very high hand, except that we are the official opposition. We hold you accountable wherever you are. There is no hiding. So kama kuna any policy mtaka in place, we'll read it. Bede tumesoma sana bede. We'll read it bill by bill, article by article. We'll vet everything you do. If it's not aligned with us, we'll take you head on. So my takeaway from this is you need to respect you in a political. We're engaging you politically, and accept that you're not going away. Anything you do outside what is acceptable within us, we'll engage you. Thank you.
Aya, let me just throw a span in the works as we conclude. So let's say today Ruto decides to step down.
Yes.
Or Gen Z successfully make him step down. Who replaces him?
We do have a constitution. It's not about who is more appropriate. You do have a constitution that explains in the case that the president is incapable of fulfilling their mandate, power goes back to the vice president. Kindiki and Ruto, same was up. So definitely, if Ruto is stepping down and Kindiki rises up, whatever powers may be, he's not staying there. He's not staying there.
Ruto and Kindiki.
No, I'm explaining the constitution, the constitutional process. Okay. It goes to the Speaker of the House. Again, we know who the Speaker of the House is. But while the Speaker of the House is in power, there should be what is called as a transitional government being put in place, because the people have already expressed a vote of no confidence to the entire regime.
Yeah.
So there should be a government to ensure that, first of all, we have an IEBC and we have a proper electoral process so that people can elect who they want in power. We have a lot of people already right now who are talking about running presidential campaigns, governor seats, senators, women rep, nini. So they're going to come up. They're going to be given the proper due process of going into ballot. But if we are actually going to implement the constitution, and Kenya, we have one of the best constitutions in this world, Kenya is not going to fall into anarchy. Kenya is not going to turn into, they keep threatening us, oh, you're going to be like Somalia, oh, you're going to be like Sudan. No, if actually the constitution is implemented the way it's supposed to be, there is a solution. If the president is not there, if the vice president is not there, Speaker of the House, if the Speaker of the House is not there, a transitional government. And if worse comes to worse, the military takes over.
Yeah.
And let me tell you something. 25th, unfortunately, we can't go back. But if tungevumilia tu kwa streets kidogo, we were here. And that is something, if young people decide, the same people who are on the streets on 25th decide, by the way, we've had enough, we can do what Bangladesh did. They made sure their dictator alitoroka mpaka sahi. There's a warrant for arrest and they're still looking for her. They need to arrest her so that she can answer to her crimes against humanity. Look at what Korea did. For them, it was actually sit-in protest. They never went home. They were there day and night until the leader was impeached. And now they are actively in the process of, trying to go through that transition period so that they can go back into normal functioning. So as Kenyans, it's actually something that we can do as young people. The same mass that was there out on 25th, tuseme tu tutoke na tubaki hapo, hatuendi mahali mpaka Ruto ashuke. Imagine atashuka and we won't go into anarchy. there won't be chaos. There's going to be a proper transitional government that's going to ensure things are done in the correct manner, and we basically take back our country. We saw example is there, Pakistan, Bangladesh, like we need numbers. And that's why I keep repeating, I feel like Kenyans are not angry enough. Because if we were angry enough, these numbers that we are talking about, tungekuwa si sote kwa streets. And it's actually very possible. If you see people are demonstrating on the streets, na mtu amekaa kwa duka yake anakaa tu anaangalia. Anasema ni wale. The other day somebody came, literally I'm running away from the police, there's tear gas, I'm being shot at rubber bullets. Oh my God, you're my idol, can we take a selfie? And just look at yourself and think. No, but surely, circumstances. And mimi sijaenda shule, mimi sijafungua kazi yangu. I have a child at home, nimeacha mtoto wangu, because I feel like this battle that we are putting on the streets is very important. But wewe umeamka have breakfast na ukaenda ukafungua kazi na ukakaa hapo. Unangoja uone ndio hiyo Shakira amepita, nikimbie nimuitishe selfie. Seriously, where our priorities? And then we keep talking about changing our nation. But these leaders who are in power, who put them in power? Sisi. So there is a fault in our own thought processes that led us into this situation. So it is up to each and every individual to introspect, what have I contributed towards this? Mimi, I walk around speaking so proudly. I say I voted for Wajakoya. Why? Because I did not vote for Ruto and I did not vote for Raila. But why didn't the people around me make the same decision? My mother voted for Ruto, and she told me, and she was like, oh, I thought she was going to bring about change. So I'm like, mimi mwenyewe kwa nyumba yetu, niko na watu, they voted for Ruto. So what part did I play towards contributing to this situation? And now that we are here, what can I do from a personal level to make it right? Si vitaya, there are people who are saying, me, I did not vote for Ruto, so si makosa yangu. Hata wewe ni makosa yako. Find
even the opposition was not an alternative.
Yes, we've seen the opposition right now. They've gone together to form one government.
So whether you voted for Ruto, or
whether you voted for Ruto, whether you voted for Baba, whether you voted for Wajakoya, or who's the fourth guy, it doesn't matter. Your lack of action, or not actually, it is your lack of action towards educating other people. Brought us to blame. Everyone is to be blamed, and everybody needs to take responsibility of their contribution towards the mess we are in, and everybody needs to try and make a difference. The only person who cannot be blamed is the babies that were born between like young watoto, like they are barely understanding what is happening right now. But if you are an adult of sane mind, and hata wenye walisema mi hata siwezi vote, mi sikuenda kuvote, you contributed directly to the mess that we are in.
Offset the balance.
Yeah. Okay. So everybody to take responsibility and try from an introspective manner, try and see what they can do different. From small things like what is this kitu kidogo kwa barabara, you know, maybe unajua uko kwa makosa, but you feel like you're in a hurry, your time is more precious than doing what is right. So unaanza kusmailia askari, unamwambia see, you know, ongea tu kidogo, unamrushia 2,000 na unaenda. Do you know what you have done, the kind of damage that you're doing? Because huyo askari anajua the next time mtu mwingine aki overspeed ama aki overlap ama akipitia place mbaya, 2,000 is enough to, I'm entitled to 2,000. The next thing, mtu ana overlap, anapitia kwa barabara vibaya, amegonga mwenzake, 2 people have died, 2 people have been injured. It all started with, oh, my time is more precious and I have the money, I can give out kitu kidogo, and then sometimes we think so narrowly as human beings, and I'm not exempt as a person. Me mwenyewe, Sophie, today in the morning, she had to convince me how I'm supposed to be out on the streets demonstrating, because I was like, I see washaachiliwa. But she was like, where is Kibet? Where are the other people who were abducted since June? Because we are talking about the people who were abducted in December only, but in June there are people who disappeared and they've never come back. July, August, September, November, there are still people who disappeared. Right now, the people we know their names, they're like 14 people that and there's probably more, but mi nilikaa tu nikasema I see Bernard ameachiliwa, I can relax, So each and every individual, each and every adult citizen in this country, they need to actively come up and play a role in trying to correct this mess that we are in.
Okay.
Because whether we voted or did not, whether we voted so and so or voted the other so, whoever, somehow everyone is responsible for the situation we are in right now. And until we are all willing to accept that and take active steps towards a different direction, there isn't much that we can achieve.
Okay. Wait. Mesema yote. Bado kuongezea haya.
Just a small part.
Okay,
just a small part.
Okay.
You ask a very beautiful question. What if Ruto resigns today? If Ruto resigns today, we rebirth a new country. There are proper structure, first for transition, transition that can take us to a proper government. And that structure, as long as we the people, ndio tulimtoa pale, I think we have enough citizens in this country, 50 million of us, who are better than the current government, including Ruto himself. So we'll be demanding the same standard that we demanded from Ruto. If he resigns today, we'll be demanding integrity, we'll be demanding character, we'll be demanding just the basic of someone who understands and care for its country. So there's no vacuum. There are many measures that can be put in place for a country to hold, have a proper election, then a new government is ushered, including maybe forming a transition authority through institutions like Church is very big in Kenya. They can mediate that process. We can invite international bodies. And if it gets to that extent, if maybe, let's say, the government itself just fall, and we need to hold on for a bit as we transfer to a new government. So Kenya is still intact. There are many institutions that can hold us on board. And as long as we are still in the goal of putting in people of integrity, even if it's not for presidency, just even for the election body, I think we'll be on the safe path. So that answers your question properly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sophie, breathe. What unataka kuongea?
Nataka tu kusema. Acha usiseme vitu mob. Nataka tu kusema. Our national anthem already provides a guideline for what we can do if he steps down. We will work, tutajitoa kwa nguvu, tutajenga hii nchi kwa sababu ni yetu. Yeah.
Okay. Shakira, 2027 political seats?
I feel like that is too far ahead, considering the problems that we are facing right now. It's too far ahead for me to look at, but we'll actively.
Washaanza kupangia 2027.
Yeah.
Wanasema ni too far. Kuna watu washaanza kwa
yeah, ndo nasema. Ndo hivyo sasa. But you're asking me in terms of running for a political seat.
Yeah.
No, I can't I can't affirmatively declare right now.
Okay.
But maybe not.
So for 2027, personally, I'd like to run, but I think there's a lot of work to do. And I feel that we need to bring young people to the table of governance and in this seat of power. So I believe I have a lot to contribute in bringing this function together, including through Kikao and all the other forums that maybe will partner in the future. So I believe we have a lot of work to bring these people together. to nurture them through this process and to breathe confidence into them so that they feel they're equally able to take this seat. I think any leader within us young people, I think they are better than what we have, even just from the basic MCA seat, because these are people who live the daily life. These are the people who suffer the most when the economy is bad. They can relate with the economic situation of where the localities they come. So I believe we have a very big role to do. Even before either of us maybe declare they want to stand, I think we need to. It's not an enviable job that we find ourselves in, and maybe we are not the best doing it, but at least we are starting that conversation going forward. So I believe we need to inspire young people because we've taken tushavulia maji, tushavula nguo, lazima sasa tuoge. Thank you.
Well,
Ndani.
Andani, last Andani. But
State House.
You're running 2027.
Of course. But there's a saying that says, if you cannot sweep your own house, why should you be given the broom to sweep the village?
Correct.
So I personally want to start from my community. Charity begins at home.
Okay.
So because devolution was there so that the people services can be brought closer to the people. I want to run for MCA seat of my ward. I come from Thika Township ward. So yeah.
Okay.
That's
So Thika.
Yeah, Thika 237.
Okay.
Yeah.
All the best.
Thank you.
Thank you guys for coming through.
Yes.
We do hope that you're gonna get home safe today. And also, let's also strategize. You know, we are already in a bad place. It shouldn't be like that.
But I hope not for a chance of some final remarks.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, so we do hope you get home safe, but also you have to strategize.
Yeah.
Kusaja ni kuchungulia tu. Tuma munez, kuna suruali hapo nje. Strategize as well. And let's keep talking. As young people, let's keep talking, because it starts with the talking, then we walk the talk.
The talk.
But you have to start by talking. Let's talk to each other. Let's talk amongst ourselves. Like you've said, in your house, your immediate environment, your brothers, your sisters, as we go out. That is the only power we have. Then now we have the power in numbers.
Yeah.
Then we have time.
Yeah.
We're still young.
Yeah.
So when the generation Alpha is coming in, and the other one that is the one that wanakuwa born around this time also, they'll also come and look and say, by the way, this was very possible.
Yeah.
And let's see how it goes.
Yeah.
Alrighty? Yeah. So we are concluding from there, but now we are having their final remarks. Then immediately after this one, we're having Wapendwa Muziki. Grace, Wapendwa Muziki are here? Yes. Okay, we're having Wapendwa Muziki. Let's see how that's gonna go. We still have 3 more to go. Wapendwa Muziki, Savara, then Jmo, Ulemse. Hii conversation imekuwa interesting. Sasa tumeendelea, tukaendelea. But it is what it is. Obinna Show live. We give our people ample time. They say whatever they want to say. Aya, final remarks, Sophie? Kamera ndio hiyo. Ama tukupe time kwanza. Haya sawa, haya.
So my concluding remark will be very simple. This is especially to young people. I'm a bit biased on that. I want to tell young people that you are capable. This is your country. You have opportunity. You have the right to demand for good service. You have a right to demand for change. And you have a right to represent yourself. So I'm going to tell you this directly. If you feel that where you are, your locality from MCA, MP, Senator going up, they're not doing a good job, and you're in community, you are with your locality every day, you hear their pleas, you hear their cries, I think you're the best person to represent your people as a young person. So I want to encourage you. I want to breathe life of confidence to you. I want to encourage you to believe within yourself that you can, to believe within yourself that this is the right opportunity to take charge of your community, speak on their behalf and represent them, and seek popular vote within your community. So going forward, we are going to continue this conversation, but this is the biggest takeaway I want you to take as a young person. This is your country. You have a right to live in it, and no one has a right to take that away from you. Take charge now, represent yourself, make your voice be heard. And ikifika siku za election, put yourself there. We will vote for you. We will campaign for you if possible. Thank you.
Yeah, for me, it's simple. Get everyone, each and every adult citizen of sane mind should get involved. Useme it does not concern you. It does concern you because Kenya is home. Kenya is our country. This is where we were born. And this is where we are supposed to live and thrive in. So get active, get involved, and start from an introspective level, and let that introspection give rise to an enlightenment that is going to spread from within you and to the rest of the society. And if you'd like to get involved with Kikao, we have a website, www.kikao.live. You'll see how you can join to be a member. We are seeking to get representation in every ward in the country. We're going all the way to the grassroots level with our civic education, with our civic engagement, and hopefully to empower more young people to go into leadership.
Okay. Yes, that's good.
I'd personally like to remind us that kidole kimoja hakivunji chawa. Kwa hivyo, we need all hands on deck. We need all of us to stand together. Utauziwa uoga usinunue, huna do ya kununua uoga.
We are too poor.
We're too broke to buy that fare, guys. So don't buy that fare. We're not buying that fare. We want to say that tuko rada yenu. Whatever it is you're doing, tuko rada yenu. Vaccination bills, livestock bill, ati unataka kuweka ng'ombe tracker, unataka kila kuku ikuwe na ID, unataka tuko rada yenu mpe, unataka election bill, change election bill, unataka live streaming isikuwe siku ya election. If anything, we have software brains, we'll come up with an alternative system that will count those votes on our behalf. You won't rig these elections. One-term presidency? You've never seen a one-term president? There's always a first time for everything.
Oh, yes.
So this time round, we're going to make you the first one-term president of Kenya. We're not going away. We're not being cowed. Young people, I know it's hard. You may be suicidal. You've lost hope. You're too educated and you're wondering why you gave it your all those years back. But I just want you to know that you can do this. Just hold on a little bit longer. And those of us who God has granted us the courage to stand up and speak about it, we want to make a promise to you guys. We will not be compromised. Me, if you bring me even 2 million right now, I badly need that money. But I'm not gonna take it because we're here for the long haul. We're here to drain the swamp. We're here to change the system. We're here to show the world. We did it and Bangladesh did it. So we're here to show you that it can be done. So we promise that we'll do our best to hold forth until we can win this war. I've told Shakira something today. You cannot afford to be tired. We've just begun. Abu, imagine 2026, the amount of money that's going to be poured in Kenya for people to vote for a certain group of people. The war has just begun. We have to do an overhaul of the mindset of Kenyans, most especially the Kenyans who are in the rural areas. We have to change their mindsets. Unajua sahi ukipeleka mtu akushago thao, it's a field day. Say, nimepata thao just for going to tick your name. I'll take that 1,000 shillings. Chukua hiyo do. Lakini jua ni nani unavotia. As a bare minimum, young people, kama mtu mwenye anasimama 2027 hana LinkedIn profile, usimchague. Please. If they can't show you how educated they are, if they can't show proof of what's in between their ears, don't choose them. We need
TikTok
people.
does not make the cut.
No, TikTok does not make the cut, Obinna.
That's
It
TikTok
has to be an actual. The constitution demands for you to be an MP. You have to have a degree.
But then we demand the same across level.
Across board.
Across level.
MCA
So what
all the way up.
Yeah, to
Way. Yeah.
You know what you're doing, you're qualified to do it.
But you know, there are some people who are not learned, but they're very...
Ukisoma hiyo swearing in statement, uweze kusoma, usianze kukorektiwa hapo ati this is what we are.
Wacha tukaribu our educated tuone. Wacha tumezoea. Yeah. Wacha
Nasema sisi wako TikTok to see.
Sorry.
Wenye tuko huko tu.
Uko na enough time. 2 years unaweza pata diploma.
By the way.
Yeah.
No, I'm actually graduating in 2025 this year. With a degree.
That's
yeah.
Degree
So,
in?
yeah. From the
Nairobi
MKU. I know, man. I had to do it. But when you went and you bring it with the UN, I'm just the UN. This is UN. The UN. I'm like,
Sai the UN imebaki ni jina tu, but story for another day.
it's fine.
When it was.
Yeah. So even for you, you have 2-3 months to get a diploma. Yako teke pale's Gold Child Media Institute. The intake is ongoing. If you want to study what I'm doing over here, basically, na unataka ukimbizi yako utaki kwenda kufanya 5 years, 6 years, no. 6 months, 2 months, 3 months. They have short courses. You can get to do them: graphic design, production, videography, photography, sound engineering. Check this out.
Serious, you actually have a school.
Welcome to Gold Child Media Institute, where talent meets opportunity. This is the place where your media dreams come alive. And guess what? We've got something for everyone. Do you love the camera? We offer videography and photography classes. Action! Shoot! Take. Jesus. Nimepiga nani picha. And for those who love music production, yes, we have the course. Mpaka wale wama chiki 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 anguka sound and graphic design. And trust me, this is just the start. We offer so much more. Over here at Gold Child, it's all practical learning, no boring theory. Basically, here at Gold Child Media Institute, we prepare you with the real skills for you to thrive in the real world.
At Gold Child, I feel like a pro already.
Enroll today by dialing the number on the screen and find us in Nairobi Development House, 11th floor. All right, there you have it. So thank you for watching this one. We hope that we've given you a bit of eye-opening conversations. Civic education was in place. So kama hujashikanisha we ni duanzi. Yeah, I can't say it other way. Wewe songa tu venye unasonga na hiyo tempo. Si tunang'ang'ana. Au tu interview tu watch tu. Watu walikuwa wanasema nini? Hujashikanisha, it's fine. It's okay. Wewe ushikilia, nataka ushikilie TV yako hivi na useme Mungu Baba. Wenda huko watch Pastor Nganga. Ama wenda tap the screen na ule mira anaitwa nani, ule wa Goliath. Ule alisema Goliath anasema alimlipa Kanyari. Yeah, enda TikTok nini. But it's fine. So next up is Opena Muziki. Let's talk love, let's talk music. At least amuchangamuke kidogo, and then Savara, and then Jmo ule msee. Thank you so much guys for coming through. Endeleeni na moyo huo.
Yeah.
Endeleeni, continue with the civic education, and every other person who's doing this.
Yes.
Endeleeni nayo. Let's see how far it goes. At least let us be open-minded. Let's be understanding. Let's be mature about it. And then next 2027, watu wakienda hivi kwa ballot, watu wabebe akili.
Yes.
Unajua watu wanachanga akili yome. Hey, huyu ni kabila yangu. Hey, unajua kuna watu wa hiyo. Ai, nimepatiwa hata so. Nimepatiwa so maze. Kuna hiyo, alafu kuna tu ni kabila yetu, alafu kuna tu ni chama yetu. 2027. Hakuna mambo ya chama.
Na wala
Ni
kukubali
individual.
kupelekwa out the previous night, wanaamka saa zile elections zinaanunciwa.
Si Wajaluo. Bwana hiyo kitu bwana, baba ameshachukua bwana. Sisi kidogo baba amechukua bwana. Tuko na support ya government. Na tuko na nini? Uhuru wako na sisi. Bwana baba amechukua, I don't even have to go and vote. Leta yega. Hata jeshi iko yetu. Sasa kama last time, karibu tuwasinde na tuko na government. Sasa tuko ndani. Baba amechukua asubuhi na mapema. Hii imeenda bwana, leta chupa ingine. Unamukanga hivi. Unasikia tu ndugu zanguni ama namna gani?
Hiyo by citizen endanga hivi. Unaona ile katashana alafu anaenda bwana. Wanaipika huko mahali.
Wameiba bwana, wameiba. Na wewe hata ukuvote, ulivote na mdomo. So 27 all of us. Bro, amuka, panga your line na tuzihesabu na tuzingoje. For whoever the person will decide to vote for, tumia akili. Thank you so much.
Asante
5 minutes. Wapendwa muziki. Let's talk love.